rulers or bosses.
I came across these Bushmen and fell in love with them, and that's when the story started developing in my mind. So when I wanted to make the movie, I realized I'd have to go and find myself a Bushman in the Kalahari.
The first thing you have to understand is that there's no such thing as a Bushman. The people I knew in the 1950s when I first met them are Jutoisi. Bushman is a racial classification that has no meaning. Its only meaning is in its use by the people who make the classification. And in South Africa, the use has been to exterminate and dispossess people who are classified as Bushmen. You dispossessed people, you took away their land. With it, you took away all means of producing food to eat. Everybody, in fact, was rounded up and lived in a slum, in a rural slum, around the shining houses of the white officials in the Bushman land.
When I was casting for The God Must Be Crazy, I decided I had to see every Bushman in the whole world before I chose my leading man. I'd heard that there were about 30,000 Bushmen still existent in the whole world. I remember that even when we photographed him, we could see he had that charisma and that special magic.
When the family needs meat, the hunter dips his tiny arrow in a brood that acts as a tranquilizer. So when he shoots a buck, it only feels the sting, and the arrow drops out.
And this one now, his hunting ground straddles the border between Botswana and Namibia.
Gao never supported himself by hunting and gathering in his life. And when Ace discovered him, Gao was working as a cook.
And then I asked my interpreter to ask him, would he come and work for us? We would pay him and so on. And the interpreter laughed. He said, well, that is not interpretable because, for one thing, we don't have a word for working for someone. And payment we don't understand either.
Says thank you and goodbye and hopes you have lots of children.
Tell him thank you, I'll miss him.
He can't use that stuff.
Well, I have to.
Bushmen don't know about money.
Gao was getting a fairly good salary when he was cooking for the children in the Chinkwe school. And he only got 1,200 rand. He got about 300 rand a month at the school, over 300 rand a month at the school. And he only got 1,200 rand for his appearance in the Gods.
Bushmen don't need things.
He's got to take the money, it's the law. He's going the wrong way. The Kalahari's that way.
I'm going to miss the little bugger.
Me too.
Ajasi ugo mite teni umite uqhaw mite tsiqa kukhwinke wa jomqwe ngami qhaw mite ngamite ude qamte ko site ushikashe ka si o si ude o shite ka tsi o si ka tsinge gumko nganxe site mika uanga tsito yihana sprach ka himika ugete uqwa si qamika ko mikwedu ko mikwedu duqa Jajuka kudu ka ajani kudu ka amite mingaku o chanti to ayu o juka o sika chi kota o chana de mi nse ha o mama o chakum ko cha o kaksu kama chakum na o cha o kai ka o si o
Ace made a fiction film. Now, I think anybody can make any fiction film they want. The thing that bothers me most is that he goes and says that Gao really does live in the bush by hunting and gathering. He did that all over the world.
We took him to Japan for promotion. And from the moment we landed in Japan, he had these millions of people worshiping him. And he took it in his stride. He enjoyed it and loved it, but it didn't throw him. There was no culture shock.
What is very politically objectionable about The Gods Must Be Crazy is that you presented with a representation of the native level of attainment and sophistication or lack thereof in South Africa. Certainly you can't even begin to think of them governing a complex industrial society like South Africa's when they still think there is something magical about an empty bottle of Coca-Cola.
Okay.
That's why I keep on saying politics and entertainment don't really mix for me, especially if you make comedy, because then you either have to take sides or apologize for the one side and attack the other side.
From a creative point of view, everything is fair game. As a creative person, Jamie Ace has as much right to make fun of the liberation movement.
Your terrorists or your black soldiers, what would you like to call them, or freedom fighters, were still very amateurish and inefficient, which was true at that time.
The guerrillas look like bungling incompetence, you know. I bet you the Ministry of Law and Order didn't look at the guerrillas of the ANC or of SWAPO in Namibia as bungling incompetence, you know. You talk to them, they regarded those people in very serious terms, you know. They had a major draft to fight those incompetents.
So it's really not just fun, you know, funny, ha ha ha. It's funny peculiar. And the peculiarities, I think, have to do with the political conditioning of an audience in this ostensibly neutral medium of satire and humor.
Okay.